When it comes to implementing mTLS, some teams might consider a do-it-yourself approach. What does a DIY implementation of mTLS look like in Kubernetes, and what challenges might teams face?
Yeah, it's tricky because on the surface it seems simple. Like anyone that's developing an app can probably figure out how to make it serve TLS instead of plain text. But the details and the reality at broad scale are often far different. So like at a very high level, you'd have to first get all your applications a TLS certificate. This alone can be extremely challenging. There are some great tools in the ecosystem like Cert Manager and Spire that can make this much simpler. But often people are DIYing this as well, which adds even more to the complexity. Then you need to go actually get that certificate to all the applications and update them to use them. Oftentimes when people are trying to meet their requirements, they don't just require one or two applications to have mTLS, they want the entire cluster to have it. So that also includes third-party applications. That includes super legacy stuff that we don't want to touch and update anymore. Everything, right? Then you also need to update all your clients to start using TLS, and they're going to have to start attaching a client certificate as well. You're going to want to ensure that you don't somehow have an outage between these steps, because if I'm serving TLS, now I'm not serving plain text, right? So how do I manage that transition across the entire cluster, maybe even across the entire company of, hundreds of thousands of workloads? That can be extremely challenging. Let's see, I don't want to go, there's a huge list. I'll go cover a few more, but it's a ever-growing list you'll find, which is part of the problem. You'll probably also want to make sure that you've implemented, for example, certificate rotation properly. It's kind of the worst outage to have, that a timer just goes off at, say, midnight or something, and suddenly you have an outage across all your environment because you forgot to rotate all your